done with the season, the regular season. 4 weeks in, we're turning the calendar to October, and that means it's time to announce the Players of the Month. This is new to our show.
Cool.
This is for all of September. How excited was Doug Marrone that Gardner Minshew was the #1 offensive rookie?
He almost ran out of the interview. He should have.
I know. I thought he knew that before. Okay, well, I'm going to
start us off
with the NFC Offensive Player for the month of September. I think I made a guess earlier in the show. We'll get to those, but the answer is my guess. Christian McCaffrey.
Hey!
Not bad. 4 touchdowns. He leads the entire league in scrimmage yards as a running back. He is crushing it. 411 rush yards, also most in the NFL. He has been crushing it. He will be paramount. And Doug Marrone, I mean, he was great to have him on the show, but he doesn't have his hands full with that dragon all day long.
How much of that McCaffrey talk was can he carry the load? He's too small. I don't think he can put up with the beating. It's incredible. What a great player.
I'll go with defensive player in the NFC. We go in the NFC South there. I said Shaq Barrett earlier in the show. Could be Khalil Mack. Could be a lot of guys. Bobby Wagner's been good. Shaq Barrett is your
We're 2 for 2.
He was unbelievable this month. The guys really picked up on Thursday Night Football against the Panthers, where he was all over the place. But he has 9 sacks, that's most in the NFL, 10 quarterback hits, most in the NFL, and 7 tackles for a loss, most in the NFL. A free agent this offseason that did not have a lot of suitors signed a 1-year, $4 million deal. Wow. He's the best player in the NFC on defense through 4 games. Unbelievable story. Shaq Barrett, congrats.
Want to do special teams, too?
I'll do special teams.
Wait, come on, Peter.
I don't have a guess, but I guess we'll go with... Is that Thomas Morstead?
It is!
Thomas
Morstead.
A friend of the show. Thomas Morstead is one of the only punters to be on Good Morning Football.
Come on.
He also has a 48.8 yards net average as a punter. The Saints have been just fine without Drew Brees. One of the reasons is their special teams. Thomas Morstead still doing it after all these years. Congrats on the honor.
0 touchbacks. How about that? I'll go with the AFC Offensive Player of the Month for September. Who do we got here? Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Of course, Patrick Mahomes has been balling. Come on now. He's completed 106 of 156 attempts. That's 67.9%, basically 68%. 1,500 yards, most in the NFL. 10 TDs, tied for most in the NFL. But most importantly, guys, he hasn't thrown an interception. So he's playing at a high level, doing no-look passes and looking back at refs while capturing AFC Player of the Month.
We're doing real good with our
predictions. We are. Mahomes. All right, here we go. AFC Defensive Player of the Month. Who do you think it could be? Who do you think deserves the AFC Defensive Player of the Month? It's Devin McCourty. Devin McCourty, number 32, who's 32 years old, who leads the NFL in interceptions.
With 32 interceptions.
With 32 interceptions, exactly. In just 32 snaps played, Nate. He's been unbelievably good. And he and his brother, of course, but the Patriots defense, I think he sealed this thing when they go to Buffalo and shut them down. McCourty got another pick. He's been absolutely on fire. A guy, again, 32 years old, having his best season yet, and that's why the Patriots are undefeated. Again, Devin McCourty, richly deserved AFC Defensive Player for the month of September.
Did we get all of our predictions correct? We got one more special team straight.
Let's go. Special teams. I don't know who this would be. Lambeau's been pretty good for Jacksonville. I like this. It's the Scottish Hammer, Cleveland Browns, undrafted punter, comes out here. Also, 0 touchbacks, has 55 yards. The Scottish Hammer in his first month in the NFL takes home the award. Arkansas Pine Bluff, we see you.
Yeah.
What a story. That's awesome.
Love that.
He's got that hair, too. I think his barber punted as well.
Are you hungry, Kyle?
Always.
It's time for Fuel Your Hustle.
Okay.
A question presented by Oikos 000. Who needs to step their game up in Week 5? Shrakes, we just saw all these guys, these winners from September. Who needs to bring it to kick off October?
Do you remember a couple of weeks back, Kay, when Jimmy Garoppolo threw 5 straight interceptions in a practice? And when he started a preseason game against the now winless Broncos, and everyone said, oh, my God. They're undefeated, the 49ers. And Jimmy Garoppolo, as a starter in the NFL, is unbelievable. He's 11-2 as a regular season starter in his career. An unbelievable number. Primetime, he's 1-0. They go up against a Browns team that everybody is all in on right now because of that performance they had against the Ravens. This is a great Monday night game, and I'm looking at Garoppolo. Just his second primetime game as a starter. Go make a statement, because the last time you were on primetime was in the preseason, and it was against Broncos, and it was Miller, and it was Chubb, and it was not good, and we spent about 13 straight hours on this show wondering if Jimmy Garoppolo's the guy in San Francisco. Well, you're undefeated, coming off the bye. Everyone is saying, oh, the Niners are good, despite the offense not being where it should be yet. Go have a day. Jimmy Garoppolo, fuel your hustle, silence all your doubters once again, and go get those Niners to 4-0.
Speaking of silencing doubters, I'm going to talk about Juju Smith-Schuster. You know, a lot of conversation has been made about Antonio Brown being gone, and now all of a sudden you're the man. You're the number one wide receiver within this offense. Last year, my guy was averaging 7 catches, about 90 yards a game. That's as a number 2. This year as a number 1, averaging 4 catches. We're talking 60 yards a game. That's not going to cut it. So Juju Smith-Schuster, you got the Ravens. Let's see what you can do coming into this weekend. Speaking of Oikos 000, that's what they were up until last week because they had 3 losses. Okay. So now all of a sudden these guys are sitting there at 1-3. Juju Smith-Schuster, we need more plays like this.
Yeah.
Big plays. You are the number 1 target right now. Step up and play like that.
Nate, before you played in a game, what's the time that you would eat before you'd go? That you'd eat an Oikos 000 yogurt?
Oh, I'm eating bright and early, okay, like around 8 a.m.
And you're not eating before the game?
No, I want to be hungry when I'm playing.
Okay, so the Oikos needs to happen maybe a little bit later for Lamar, so he has all of that fuel to get it going in the first half. That's my issue here. First 2 weeks, I was trying to make an MVP case for Lamar Jackson. He looked amazing. Then he got outclassed by the Chiefs and the Browns. Last week, he threw 8 times in the first half. They keep getting buried, and he's trying to dig himself out of holes the entire last half of the game, and I don't want to see that anymore. I want to see this game, this week, as him just bouncing back. Do not be a tale of 2 Lamars. Be the one that we know you can be. And by the way, it's not all on him. It's on Greg Roman. It's on the Ravens coaching staff. It's on Harbaugh. Everybody to get this thing clicking.
This was too fun to not get going. We're all rooting for Lamar Jackson to get
first half, baby.
I'm going to talk about a guy we have not mentioned much this year, and one of the best players on one of the best teams, DeMarcus Lawrence of the Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot of talk about Khalil Mack, Shaq Barrett. You're the guy. Watch on the far right, guys. Watch what he does against Miami. Here's the talent, and roll it. DeMarcus. What? See you later. Okay. He put him in the popcorn machine, I think it was. Give it to me one more time. Why did we bring this up? Because I got to have this against Aaron Rodgers this weekend. Aaron Rodgers has won his last 2 times in the Jerry world, but DeMarcus Lawrence should have something to say about that. The reason Lawrence got that big contract, which was well-deserved, was to take down the big quarterbacks. Number 12 is here. Hit him with the spin move again. Take down number 12. DeMarcus, go get it.
Love that. Those are our fuel, your hustle options. Now, as the 100th season continues here on Good Morning Football, we get to enjoy some incredible stories, events, people that have shaped the NFL over the past 100 years. So let's send it over to Rich Eisen with another installment of the NFL 100 Minute.
11th full starts. The noise caused that offsides, guys.
The Seattle Seahawks have one of the best and loudest home field advantage.